everybody, this is 𝗞𝗲𝘀cie𝗿𝗱𝘀 from Daily Sun, and today we have with us Mr. Aman Ullah Aman, Central Organizing Secretary, Bangladesh জাতীয়তাবাদী ছাত্রদল. Hello Mr. Aman, how are you today?
Alhamdulillah, I'm fine. Thank you for inviting me here.
First of all, I would like to know what's your view on the current ছাত্রদল and what changes do you think need to be made for its developments?
Thank you for asking me nice questions. Bangladesh জাতীয়তাবাদী ছাত্রদল is an organization in the long past anti-fascist movement. জাতীয়তাবাদী ছাত্রদল is the most oppressed organization. We faced so many difficulties from the fascist regime. There are many leaders and activists of this organization have faced inhuman torture. They've faced most imprisoned and in the past fascist government's time. And after 5th August, we are facing another kind of difficulties. I would like to mention you in the last July revolution, জাতীয়তাবাদী ছাত্রদল also tortured by the fascist government. In the last July uprising, among the student leaders, only জাতীয়তাবাদী ছাত্রদল's 152 got martyred in the last July uprising, and most of the students while demonstrating in the streets, you see there are many victims of জাতীয়তাবাদী ছাত্রদল at DB remand and the counter-terrorism remand. So we have the story of sacrifices, we have the story for the country, and now we are facing another kind of difficulties. I would like to mention one organization, Islami Chhatra Shibir, who are always busy with us to defame us, and they are creating propaganda always against us. That's why this is another kind of an embarrassing situation for us. In these circumstances, we are still doing our works for the students and doing our politics to the student-centric social work, and it's going on.
Okay, what is the difference between ছাত্রদল, ছাত্রলীগ and ছাত্র শিবির?
Bangladesh Chhatra League, in the recent past, they have so many controversies. They persecuted the general students who are against their opinions, and they created the guest room culture, hall trading, seat trading, hall grabbing, etc., and numerous allegations against them. And Islami Chhatra Shibir is an organization from the very first day of their journey. They opposed to the independence of Bangladesh, and their name was Islami Chhatra Sangh. After changing the name Islami Chhatra Shibir, they did not forget their previous actions, the name of Islami Chhatra Sangh. So there follows the rules of another country, they follows the ideology of another countries, and always their stand against democratic system of Bangladesh. On the other hand, Bangladesh জাতীয়তাবাদী ছাত্রদল, from the very beginning, we have glorious activities and a genuinely democratic organization, Bangladesh জাতীয়তাবাদী ছাত্রদল. Though after 5th August there are some incidents happened, but immediately necessary steps have been taken by the central committee or the executive committee. That's why it's totally under control. So this is the scenario. We are absolutely a democratic organization. On the other hand, Chhatra League, an organization of terrorists, organization of kind of fascist, and Shibir has, I told you that from the very beginning of the first day, they are stand against the liberation, they are stand against the democratic process, and a scenario always clash with the democracy. Their activity and democracy is quite different. Now we are looking into the matters of student-centric politics. There are many problems in the campuses. Our students want the politics of equality, they want the politics of justice, they want the healthy environment in the campus, and we are doing for that.
What do you consider to be the most important elements in the political process?
I want to say most important elements in the political process. You have to maintain the democratic rule, democracy, and at the same time accountability is very necessary for the for this process. Rule of law, freedom of speech, freedom of expression is very needed. If you maintain this kind of rules and regulation, healthy weather and healthy environment can be achieved in the politics.
How do you assess the current and future role of the Awami League in national politics?
Yeah, Awami League, recent past they had a heinous role in the governing the country. In the democratic process, like Bangladesh, people will decide the future of Awami League. A heinous, they had a nasty future. They persecuted on the people of the Bangladesh. They tortured. They stand against the democracy of Bangladesh. They stand against the people's voice. That's why they got this situation. So the people of Bangladesh will decide the future of Bangladesh Awami League.
What is your current aspiration in the political arena?
As a student leader, I'd like to say a healthy environment at the campus is very needed. Students has to feel like their home at the campus. Freedom of speech and freedom of cultural activities are very needed for the students. So we're looking into this matter. Student politics should the tool to solve the problem of the students, should be a tool to solve the very necessity of the students. There are many challenges we are facing at now. Nowadays, we are student facing so many problems. One of the most vital problem is mental stress. We have the lack of job. We have the lack of opportunity. We have lack of training. We would like to take the necessary steps to reduce the mental stress of the students, and that's why we want to throw a program, and especially before the exam, we also implement this kind of programs, mental stress reduce program, and we can make a hotline through students can get proper suggest from the doctors how we can reduce from this kind of mental stress. Another vital program in the campus is nutritious food, lack of proper nutritious food, healthy food system are very necessary for the students. So student centric, there are lots of programs are waiting for us. If we can implement this kind of programs, I strongly believe that student will definitely with us.
Would you like to convey any message regarding online criticism?
This is a very important question from you. Online criticism nowadays, this is a serious issue in the democratic system, especially in Bangladesh. Especially one organization, I'd like to say, Islami Chhatra Shibir. They're always busy with making propaganda against the opposition, especially as Bangladesh Jatiyotawadi Chhatra Dal. But there is an alarming subject. They are always, all through the day, they are making propaganda against us, and especially our women are not free from their attack. They're making slut shaming, they're making cyberbullying against us. So I would like to request to the Islamic Chhatra Shibir, if you're saying about your philosophy, you are the Islamic organization, but your work is like the fascist organization, as like Chhatra League. So you have to come out from that kind of process, and we want to make a healthy political environment. Please join with us, and then we will get a healthy campus, and don't make false criticism. nowadays they are saying about July Charter. This is one of the most propaganda against going on against us now. BNP don't want the July Charter, they say. When did BNP say this kind of words? So I'd like to say BNP is very determined about July Charter, and it will go through the constitutional amendments. There is no doubt about it. So don't make false information, don't giving propaganda to the society. So once again I'd like to say to the Shibir, please don't make any false information against us, against the students.
Thank you so much for joining us today.